Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make a video for you guys on the must-read books if you're involved in adoption in any way. So how to use this video, since it's going to be kind of long, the list is kind of huge with a lot of books, is I broke it down in sections. So the first section is going to be transracial adoption books. The second section is going to be just overall great books to learn about adoption and the history and the ins and outs of it. And the third part is going to be adoption books if you are an adoptee, specifically geared to healing the trauma that comes along with all adoption. There is no adoption without adoption loss, or there is no adoption without loss. The foundation of adoption is built on loss. So I'm going to get into it right now, and I just want to remind you, if you're new to reading or reading books, the best way to do it is just get audiobooks. It's faster than reading. It's way more enjoyable to listen to audiobooks than to sit down and read. It's way more convenient and less time to listen to audiobooks than it takes to actually read a paperback book. And if you don't want to watch this video, since it's going to be kind of long, just go in the description box below. Every single book I recommend will be in the description box below. So I really hope you get some use out of this. I hope you find value in this, and I hope you study and get more educated. So the first section, transracial adoption books. The first one is going to be A Practical Guide, Transracial Adoption, written by Isaac Eder. And then the next one is going to be The Adoptee's Journey by Cameron Lee Small. The book All You Can Know by Nicole Chung. What White Parents Should Know About Transracial Adoption, an Adoptee's Perspective on Its History, Nuances, and Practices by Melissa Guida Richards. And one of the best books that I've ever read is You Should Be Grateful by Angela Tucker. That is one of the best books you'll ever read on adoption, especially transracially. Surviving the White Gaze, Rebecca Carroll. Twins Found in a Box. They deserve their own video for all their books, the rare adoption books, but I had to add that in here under the transracial adoption books. That's actually international adoption, but that is also transracial adoption. Adoptionland, that book blew my mind. From Orphans to Activists, that's from the Vance twins. Highly recommended. Growing Up Black and White, Kevin D. Hoffman. One Small Sacrifice, a Memoir, Trace A. DeMeyer. American Baby, A Mother, a Child, and the Secret History of Adoption, Gabriel Glasser. Sorry if I ruined your name, I really apologize. Adoptees Coming of Age, Ronald J. Nidham. The Primal Wound, Nancy Newton-Veria. She is not an adoptee. She's an adoptive parent, but that was one of the very first books that helped me come out of the adoption fog. Basically proves that babies are not blank slates, which most people think they are. Beneath the Mask, Understanding Adopted Teens. This is actually from the Center for Adoption Support and Education. This is the one that has the free NTI adoption competency training. It's a great book. The 7 Core Issues in Adoption and Permanency. If you only had to get 3 books, I would recommend The 7 Core Issues of Adoption and Permanency by Sharon Rosilla and Allison Davis Maxon. I would recommend their workbooks as well. And then I would recommend Adoption, What You Should Know by the Vance twins. And then possibly, if you had to get one more, maybe The Baby Thief. If you had to pick only 2 or 3. Relinquish by Gretchen Sisson. This is great. Adoption and Suicidality. This is the one that they have the new study that shows adoptees are 36.7 times more likely to attempt to unalive themselves. Voices Unheard, Lisa Coppola. This is a great book. It reminds me of how to have 12-step meetings, but in adoption form in your area if you want to start one. Adoption, What You Should Know. Adoption, Truth and Transparency Worldwide Information Network. by the Vance twins. Top 3 books. You have to know the history if you are involved in adoption in any way. Karen Purvis's book, The Connected Child and the Connected Parent. She's the founder of TBRI, or the co-founder of TBRI. And I wish I was raised like that. Everything I learned about that, they are spot on. How to Meet the Unique Needs of Adoptees, one of the best books. The Child Catchers, Catherine Joyce. 20 Things Adopted Kids Wish Their Adopted Parents Knew, Sherry Eldridge. Parenting in the Eye of the Storm, Katie, I'm not even going to pronounce that. You Don't Look Adopted by Anne Heffron. She is hilarious. Her writing style is amazing. I love her unique creativeness and how she wrote the book. The Baby Thief by Barbara Raymond. One of the absolute, hands down, best books if you want to learn why adoption is the way it is today. It all started from Georgia Tann. And this book is all about her with very, very factual references. Everything in there has been fact-checked and researched very, very well. Barbara Raymond did such a good job on this book. Being Adopted by Brodzinski. That book is referenced in so many new adoption books today. It's a little bit older, but it shows the lifelong journey that adoptees have. And it's really, really well researched and well written. Adoption Unfiltered. All right, now I'm going to get into the books for adoptee healing and growth. The Adverse Childhood Experiences Recovery Workbook. The 7 Core Issues of Adoption and Permanency. I put it twice. I know it's overlapping and repeating, but it's just such an important book. They have a workbook for children and teens. Coming Out of the Fog. This one I just read this year and it blew my mind because everything there, I didn't understand what narcissism was. I never knew that I was sort of a victim of being gaslit in my own adoption story, since so many people are not adopted around you telling you how to think and feel. This one blew my mind. And this was already when I was out of the adoption fog. It helped me come out of the adoption fog even more. Journey of the Adopted Self by Betty Jean Lifton. She was the one who coined the Ghost Kingdom. 20 Life Transforming Choices Adoptees Need to Make, Sherry Eldridge. All right, the next one is Master Adoption, Claim Your Authentic Power. That is also by one of the Vance twins. One of the absolute best books for healing is a Joe Soul Adoption Healing, A Path to Recovery. This is the 2nd edition. Absolutely, hands down, if you had to get one book for healing, I would get this one. This has helped me so much. And that's it. There's a lot more other books on adoption, and I'm sure there's other must-read books. If you want, leave a comment down below and let me know what you would recommend to read.